Hello, lovelies, and welcome back to Wilder Woman. Corey here, and I have my September witchy favorites for you guys. These are some tools and items that I have been using in my magical workings and in my spiritual practice that I would like to share with you. And maybe you guys can get some ideas on some new things to incorporate into your practice. So one of the first things that I wanted to start off with sharing with you guys is this amazing wild honeysuckle candle from Sunstone Candles. Now I unboxed this in my Love, Light, and Legacy manifestation box unboxing video. As you can see, I have burned through quite a bit of it. I'm about halfway down. This thing has lasted a long time, and it still smells great. It is a soy candle, and there is a crystal at the bottom. I believe it's a citrine crystal, but once I burn it down, I will let you know for sure. Now, the next few things that I wanted to show you are some essential oils that I've been using in my practice. The first two, not so much in my spiritual practice, just in my everyday life, and that is the Balance Blend and Serenity Blend by doTERRA. This is their calming blend and their grounding blend of their line. These are part of the 4 original emotional well-being blends that they released, and these are the 2 that I use the most. I'm pretty far along in each of these bottles, and they're not even my first bottles. So what I do is diffuse 2 drops of these each together at night, at bedtime, throughout the night, and it's just, they smell amazing. Serenity has lavender in it, Roman chamomile. It smells heavenly. Majoram, ylang ylang, Hawaiian sandalwood, and vanilla bean extract. It's the only non-essential oil component, in addition to, actually no, this one is not diluted with fractionated coconut oil. So the vanilla bean extract is the only non-essential oil component to that blend. Balance Blend, however, does have fractionated coconut oil, and it is a combination of spruce, wood, frankincense, blue tansy, and blue chamomile. Now I can really smell the blue tansy in this one, and when you diffuse it, you'll notice it does have a blue tint from that blue tansy. So it's a very like sweet grounding smell. I don't know if that really makes sense, but it's calming, and that's really what this is great for. So the 2 of these together, absolute gold. If you want to add a little bit more of an earthy scent to it, you can add 1 or 2 drops of vetiver. Fantastic combo. Now, these 2 also happen to be free with a 200 PV order this month, along with Citrus Bliss, which I haven't really been using a whole lot throughout the month of September. This thing smells like an orange creamsicle, though. Amazing. Amazing scent. So these 3, full size, free with a 200 PV order for the month of October. That's the 1st through the 31st. So if you've been thinking about jumping on the oil bandwagon, 3 of those 4 emotional oils right there for you. But these 2, gold at bedtime, I am telling you. Now, another few that I've been using all month long, patchouli. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know this is one of my absolute favorite essential oils of all time. This is my favorite grounding essential oil. The smell, This is your witch in the woods smell right here, patchouli. Combined with frankincense, it's even that much more amazing. So what I do is I will add a couple drops of this to a diffuser bead on my pendulums while I'm doing readings, and it keeps me grounded and centered. And when you are exercising your third eye that much in order to channel information, having something around that's really grounding is helpful. So patchouli has been a quick and easy way to do that, to be able to stay grounded during those readings. If you're a tarot reader, diffuse this during those readings. Awesome, awesome stuff. A newer oil to doTERRA's line. They released this a couple weeks ago, so I haven't had a lot of time to play with it, but this is Copaiba. And doTERRA's Copaiba blend is a combination of 4 types of Copaiba, and it's a very smoky wood smell, but I love it. It's a fall walk in the woods scent. Like, I think log cabin in winter. I love the smell. You can actually take it internally for immune support, but what I've been doing is diffusing it in combination with different woods like cedar wood, frankincense, Douglas fir, and getting some really good results from it for emotional grounding and for staying grounded and centered during meditation. So if you follow me on Instagram, I'll probably be posting a couple of my favorite combinations here in the next coming weeks as I play around with this a little bit more. This next one I've actually only had for a few days, so I kind of, only about a week, so I kind of feel like I'm cheating here, but I had to talk about it because I'm having really good results with it, and that is Rose Touch. Now, a lot of us have been waiting for Rose to come to doTERRA's line permanently for a long time, but because doTERRA is such a environmentally conscientious company, they've been very concerned about sustainability when it comes to harvesting and distilling these essential oils. That Rose just isn't that sustainable while not having a huge significant environmental impact. So what I mean by that is just for 1 5 milliliter, and this is a 15 milliliter bottle. So 1 5 milliliter bottle of Rose takes about 8,000 roses. So it's thousands of petals. And that is, that's really hefty when you think about it. I mean, 800 individual flowers for one bottle, 1 5 milliliter bottle. It's a lot of work. It has a huge environmental impact, and it's not sustainable. But being able to get a hold of Rose Touch, I kind of feel like is even better, because this has the same impact while being able to dilute it down for touch purposes. So this is Rose in combination with fractionated coconut oil, and that smell. It's still all rose. You get the same aromatic effect as an actual 5 milliliter bottle. And so what I've been doing is rolling it on and using it in place of a perfume. My traditional go-to perfume is Rose Stay Chloe. Has a lot of alcohol in it, not exactly, good for your skin, but this is straight rose, and it smells amazing. If you love rose, you have to get your hands on this. And I've been applying it morning and night as part of a self-care routine or activity for myself. I have been working with Venus Aphrodite for a couple months now, since August, and really we've been working on a lot of self-care, body image activities, a lot of self-love activities, and rose is one of the very few essential oils that really sparks that for me, evokes a lot of self-love and euphoria, and it's one of my favorite scents of all time. It also evokes feelings of safety for me and just fun, happy childhood memories. When I was a kid, my mom had a gorgeous, gorgeous rose garden in the front of our house. Just lush, different color rose bushes. And we always had fresh roses in the house. So this scent just, in case you couldn't tell, absolutely love it. So very, very excited to have my hands on this, and I will be probably using it daily in October. So you might actually see this in the October monthly favorites as well. Sorry ahead of time about that. Now, the next few that I wanted to show you, along with Rose being released officially yesterday, I actually got it as part of the convention pack. So I've had it for a little over a week, or I've been using it for a little over a week. Also launched yesterday is doTERRA's Yoga Collection. So these are 5 milliliter blends that were designed specifically, yes, for a yoga practice. However, I have been using them the past week in a magical capacity. So the first one I want to share with you is very much in alignment with balance, and that is Anchor. And this is their steadying blend. Oh, and this is just, it's very grounding. It is what the name suggests, it's anchoring. So if you diffuse this during meditation or as you're doing a grounding exercise before ritual, amazing results with this so far. So I am excited to continue using it throughout October. And this is a combination of, let's see, it's also diluted with fractionated coconut oil, lavender, cedarwood, frankincense, cinnamon, sandalwood, and that's the Indian sandalwood, not Hawaiian, black pepper, and patchouli. I love that so much. The next one is a little bit more minty. It's a very fresh scent. This is a lime, and this is their centering blend. So this you would diffuse anytime you are doing planning or prep work for ritual, maybe even while you're doing the spell work for ritual. You might even use this as an anointing oil if your spell or ritual work has to do with manifestation, as far as even anointing a candle with your intention. All 3 of these are just fantastic. And they're permanent to the line. So you can get these at any time. And this one is a combination of bergamot, coriander, marjoram, peppermint, geranium, basil, rose, and jasmine. And so that is a line. And this last one is my absolute favorite. This collection is worth it just for this guy. This is Arise, their enlightening blend. Oh my word. This is like elevation blend, but taking it a little step further. Oh, I love this so much. This has been in my diffuser all weekend. From Friday all the way through even yesterday. And this is a combination of lemon, grapefruit, Siberian fir, osmanthus, and melissa. This smells like a bowl of citrus. It's just that happy, smiley, sunny. If you could bottle the sun, this is what it would smell like. Oh, this so much. I wish YouTube had a way for you, like smell-o-vision, for you to be able to smell all of these scents, because they are absolutely amazing. I wish I had a 15 milliliter bottle of that stuff. I will just have to keep buying it over and over again. So that was it for the essential oils. As far as non-essential oils, what I have to share with you, I don't think I could rave enough about Bridget's Grove, especially their Story Goddess line. So I have two Story Goddesses to share with you. This one is their Harvest Goddess, and I'm so sorry, the lighting on my video is not doing these guys justice right now. So this is a maroon color with bright ruby red sparkles. And these are handmade, so they have little fingerprints and nicks in the resin. And it makes them that much more amazing because they're handcrafted. And they all have the same Story Goddess shape here with different belts. So we've got different harvest foods here, really. You've got the wheat, you have grapes, you've got corn, and, you know, you could even argue that this is, you know, llamas and mabon and samhain. And then a little purple charm here, little amethyst charm. So she has been in all of my workings here for the last month or so. She's a newer addition, but I have Story Goddesses all throughout my house. I've got 3 sitting on an altar right over there. And then this other one is a very special one. And this is a lovely dark gunmetal color that they created just for this goddess. And this is their deepening goddess. And I picked her up as a part of their deepening ritual kit, which has been amazing. And I absolutely love it, but I don't want to give too much of it away. Go get the kit if it's still available. And we've got a dark blue goldstone bead and a cauldron, keeping her around, even aside from the deepening ritual that was provided by Bridget's Grove in the kit, using her and having her around for shadow work and working with ancestors. And I mean, just the cauldron, she would be a perfect representation even for Caradwyn this winter. If you didn't want to get Bridget's Grove's pre-made Caradwyn Story Goddess, which I believe they do have. And that's something that's pretty amazing about these Story Goddesses. Not only can you get these specialized goddesses that they've made specifically for use, they have specific ones for, you know, Aphrodite, they've got Hecate, they have Lilith even, they have Freya, They have Pele, I have upstairs. They have Persephone and Demeter. They have a wide range of goddesses for you to choose from, and a lot of goddesses that don't have available statuary, which I love and adore. Now, if you can't find a goddess or goddess archetype in their pre-existing line, they have the option for you to select a custom story goddess. And this could be a representation of a goddess that you work with right now that, again, as I said, isn't already represented in their regular line. Or maybe you want to tweak a little bit more. Maybe their representation doesn't have the right flavor or color of energy that you associate with that goddess. You can have them create a custom story goddess specifically for you and the energy of your goddess. You can also custom create one just for yourself in your energy. The first one that I had made was a representation of me in a priestess capacity for Persephone, but also adding in elements of my patron god Freyr. So that one is very near and dear to my heart, and it travels with me everywhere. And my house will probably be filled with these story goddesses within the next year, as it is the first few that I even had before the story goddess are their little pregnant mama figurine and nursing mama figurines. And I have a couple of each of these in different colors, and these two sit in my sacred space up here. And they're just amazing. Love everything that Mark and Molly create. So I wanted to share those two in particular with you because they've traveled with me a lot through September. This next item was actually a birthday gift in August. And yes, it is a Zippo lighter. So I do not smoke, but I have wanted a lighter specific for me to use in ritual. Historically, throughout my practice, I have used matches. They're not very practical. They're not very environmentally friendly. So it just doesn't necessarily feel right to be using a barbecue lighter in circle either. So I wanted something that I could cleanse and consecrate as an actual ritual tool. And I now have one in the form of this little Zippo lighter. And my husband picked him up for me because, as you can see on here, he's got a little viper on the front, his little fangs. And for those of you that don't follow me on Instagram or have read any of my blog posts yet, Viper is my power animal. He is my primary spirit animal. Your power animal is one that is with you from the time that you were born until you pass through the veil. And your power animal is here to work with you on your life's purpose. And so Viper is here with me for the purposes of healing and transformation. And I have a lot of Viper and rattlesnake paraphernalia in the house because of him. So, and this is another addition. My husband likes to purchase rattlesnake items for me. I would like him for you, but I ran out of lighter fluid. So, which just tells you how much I use this guy this month. And he's made even more special with the little peridot colored gem eyes that he has there. This next favorite I actually made for my pendulum course that I have written and am finalizing, that is going to go live on 10/23. And this is a little glass bead pendulum. Yes, pendulums can be made of glass beads. They do not always need to be crystals. And this guy I made in a video, a how to make a pendulum video as part of my pendulum practitioner course. And so because I think I created her for the course, and during the course, she has been rather essential to readings that I have done for the course, in and around the course, anything that has to do with the course, or any other type of pendulum lessons or teachings. So she has been never far from me last month, and even in the last few days especially, and will probably continue to be with me all throughout October as well. And so the next few things that I wanted to share with you are all tarot decks. And these are tarot and oracle decks that I have been loving and using the heck out of all throughout September. Now, the first two that I would like to share with you kind of go hand in hand with each other. The first one is the Inner Star Oracle deck. Now, I backed this on Kickstarter, and this is the Clarity Edition. I do have the Magic Edition up on my shelf right over there, and I thought I would love that one more, but I'm using the Clarity Edition so much more. It's got a much richer back right here, and the cards themselves are black on white. And for whatever reason, the messages are just, you know, it is the Clarity Edition. They're coming in so clear and crisp with this copy. I don't know what it is. I'm drawn in. I absolutely love it. The symbols she's created, look at that. Cultivate compassion. This has just been an amazing deck to work with, especially in conjunction with the next deck that I am going to share with you, which happens to be in the bag that came with my Inner Star Oracle Kickstarter kit. And that is Chris Ann's Sacred Creators Oracle. So this is the Inner Star Oracle bag, but because the Sacred Creator Oracle box is so large, Chris Ann did an amazing job with the book for this deck. And the box is actually sitting up on my shelf right now. But as far as being able to carry it around with this deck for portability, this bag has been amazing for that. And it looks like it goes with it. I'll show you here in a minute. I mean, she uses sacred geometry in these cards as well. So using them in conjunction with the Inner Star Oracle deck. Powerful messages, especially as they relate to my spiritual journey, my sacred business, your past supports your future. Welcome the divine masculine. Just love this deck so much. There is a reason why it is all over Instagram. When it comes to creating and getting messages related to creating, these two decks together are muse. They are amazing. The next two are from the same creator. And the first one I actually just did a walkthrough on this channel, and that is the Bad Bitches Tarot by Anthony Don. Now this deck, I have not just been using for tarot readings, although it's phenomenal for that, but I have been using as a meditative focus. I've been pulling out an archetype that I want to work on, or either bring in or help to refine, or even push out a little bit. Can see which one is on the top here. King of Pentacles. And I have been using the card as a focal point in order to bring that to the surface and manifest it. So this deck has definitely been a little bit more used in a ritual capacity than in a standard divination capacity, but just an amazing deck. This card just, I look at this card and I think young Professor McGonagall for some reason. I don't know why. Just a wonderful deck. This next one, honestly, probably is my favorite Oracle deck of all time so far. In the (16, 17) years that I have been reading, this is an absolute fave. I can honestly say I've been using it just about every single day for at least the last 60 days, and I've been using it on and off throughout the entire year and before. I backed this on Kickstarter as well. So this is first edition. See on the back. I've been using it nonstop since it came in. This deck is amazing for daily energy draws. It's also amazing to use in ritual space, as well as just divinatory meaning or readings. There's a reason why this deck is included in a staple reading that I have in my shop. This is one of the few decks that I can pull any card and get very clear, crisp messages from. I just have in complete alignment with this deck. And I don't know if it's just because of Danielle Mulligan's artwork, which I adore so much. I mean, look at that. This surrender card, I absolutely love it. See, this is how I feel when I work with this card. It's an embodiment of how I feel. It's a gratitude card. It's gorgeous, it's vibrant, it's real. It has completely relatable figures in it, in everyday situations. It is an all-around amazing everyday deck. And I will be using it forever. And the last, well, second to last in a way, deck that I wanted to share with you guys. I haven't actually been seeing around social media a lot, so I'm kind of nervous that it's not really available. I backed it on Kickstarter. Surprise, surprise. And this was actually created by animator David DePasquale, and I'm sure I just butchered his name, who I believe is currently with DreamWorks. I will let you know in the description bar below, and I will actually link to his website. Hopefully, he will be reprinting these and reselling them. If not, spam his email box. Tell him he needs to mass produce this deck because it is amazing. Absolutely love this. Here is the yummy guidebook, full color guidebook. And this is the Arcanus Tarot. It is all animals. We have cats for cups, dogs for pentacles, birds for swords, and dragons for wands. And these guys are just so cute. Babies. And here's the backing. Love that foil backing. And we just have really clean lines. Very strategic use of color. This Hermit card, he put this into an enamel pin, which is actually on my work lanyard at the moment, so I can't show you. I'm sorry. But it made such a cute pin with the little dangly lantern. And I just, so many of these cards have become instant favorites of mine. This deck actually contains my absolute favorite Hermit card. Find it for you. Or Hangman card. Just showed you the Hermit. Ah! My Hangman. I love this so much. This is my absolute favorite Hangman, all time, hands down. And he's got such great designs in here. Look at this world card. That rooster. A little halo. Oh, the little otter for temperance. This double card. Can we take a moment to appreciate the meditation that's going on right here? And for those of you that don't know, I actually started my college career going to the Art Institute, majoring in animation. And I only lasted for a year before I realized I didn't really want to be in a foreign country drawing 200 feet a week of somebody else's design. I love acrylic painting. I love mixed medium art. At the end of the day, animation wasn't really in it for me, but I have a huge, huge love for animators. So it's really exciting to me that tarot and oracle decks are taking off in such a mainstream way as to draw the attention of an animator to give us this wonderful and amazing deck. So many different creators are making their own tarot decks now, and we are getting such rich, amazing tools here. Just really, really yummy stuff. And so I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for the mainstream attention. Let's Speaking of mainstream attention, the last deck that I want to show you guys is a favorite, not so much because of what it is. In a way, it's because of what it is. Let me explain. Spirit Halloween Store tarot cards. This is a $3.99 deck, you guys. It is a full Rider-Waite-Smith deck, okay, for $3.99, $4. So I picked this up and 2 copies for my kids for future use. Not that a 6- and 7-year-old at the moment have much use for a tarot deck. But for their first one, which they were absolutely utterly destroyed, this is perfect. The 3rd copy is for me because as I'm deepening my tarot practice, I'm really diving into additional symbology beyond just the elemental associations and the archetypal associations, but also astrological associations and planetary associations I want to bring in and really dive into and pull those into my readings a bit more. So having a deck that I can literally write and draw on and not worry about destroying and using as a study deck is fantastic. And I could go online, and because the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is so widely published, I could pull all 78 images off of the internet right now, print them on cardstock, and write all over those. But to have an actual printed deck, it makes things a little bit easier. So this is just the deck. Does not come with a little white book. The back is just navy with yellow stars, very 90s early computer graphics looking, and the color is punched up to the nth degree. So if I know that the Rider-Waite-Smith as it's currently published today, the vibrancy of the color is really kind of off-putting to a lot of people, which is why they don't necessarily pick it up. If the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith is already off-putting for you as far as the vibrancy goes, you're really going to hate this deck. Warning you now. But I think the reason why they punched up the color is so that it looks a little bit better in black light, because this is meant to be a Halloween accessory, okay? They created this so that anybody who wanted to be a fortune teller for Halloween had a legit 78 card tarot deck. And this is an actual traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. But again, the color is way punched up over the top. I don't like it though. It's very poppy. Yeah, very pop art looking. But this is all the traditional symbolism is there. These are the original pictures drawn by Pamela Cole Smith. Just not exactly color correct. Like, that is right. But as I said, if you're looking for something that's going to be a cheap study guide for you that you could tape or glue tags on the back with keywords, that you can draw astrological symbols and planetary symbols all over, you can write keywords on the front and not be concerned that you've just, ruined a tarot deck for $4 to be a study guide. This is a really good deal. So I, like I said, grabbed 3 copies. If you've got a young one as well that, you know, is interested in a first tarot deck, as far as it not coming with a little white book, I mean, there are dozens and dozens of amazing tarot books out there that you can use as study guides. The absolute best one I have with me, and that is Holistic Tarot by Benebell One. So you can see this is a pretty big book. It's a recent acquisition of mine. I haven't gotten that far into it, but Benebell isn't kidding when she named this book Holistic Tarot. This is holistic tarot, as in everything you ever needed to know about tarot. This could be considered a encyclopedia of tarot. And on her website, she actually has free study guides to go along with this book. You can print them out. She has a beginner guide, an intermediate guide, and an advanced professional guide. And you can pick those up, grab your book, grab your deck of cards, and go. And you've got a self-study course in tarot right there with everything you need, which is actually quite perfect because Benebell's book here goes off of the symbolism of a Rider-Waite deck. So if you're going to use a deck to follow along with this book, you're going to want to get either the original Rider-Waite Smith deck, which would probably be a little bit better considering the images she shows are from the Rider-Waite Smith, or a Rider-Waite Smith clone. Let's see, right there. You can also go online. There are several amazing websites that have keywords and divinatory meanings for each of the Rider-Waite Smith cards listed for free, absolutely free. You can download those and use those as well in place of a little white book. And so that, oh, one more thing I wanted to show you guys really quick. 2 more things. So in Ritual this month, I have also, in addition to diffusing the oils, I've been using a lot more incense. And one of those is the Palo Santo and Pine resin cones from Element Botanicals that came in the Goddess Provisions box that I unboxed in my last video, second to last video. And this just smells so great. I will definitely be purchasing these again. I've used quite a few of them, and I've just been burning them in one of my cauldrons here. This particular one I've actually had since I was 16. It has been heavily abused. But I just burn them in here, dump out the ashes. Good stuff. This next one is from Dryad Incense on Etsy. And I don't really have a way to describe this scent to you guys. I wish I did. It's a little bit more springy. And that was, I believe, the intent of the creator, because the name of this incense is Cory. No, not C-O-R-Y, K-O-R-E. And that is Cory as in the original name of Persephone. So for those of you that don't know Persephone's story, Cory is her given name, and it means fair maiden as far as the Greek origins of K-O-R-E. And was originally a fertility goddess just like her mother Demeter. So honoring her at Ostara is pretty appropriate. And even though we just had Mabon, I really felt called to use this. And so I've been diffusing it not just in ritual, but in general in my little Ouija glass bottle here. And you can even see that I've got a stick in there right now. It went out. Actually, I should probably relight it. But wanted to share that with you guys. And her Etsy shop is Dryad38. If you guys want to go and get some. You have a lot to choose from. And they come in huge zip packages like this. Really good stuff. And now that is finally all of my September favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully October won't be quite as long, but considering October tends to be the month where I totally witch out and just end up amping up my game as far as ritual and magical workings. I do that at Samhain and Beltane. I feel like that's just a common thing for Wiccans to do, just because the veil is thinning, everything just seems to be vibrating, you know, at a really high rate, and you just want to get your witch on, you know. So October will probably be a really long year too. Sorry in advance. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Blessed be.